For those of you who were too fucking busy to watch the last episode of Kabasaiko, here's what happened.
Grüezi wohl, here's Jan from Kabasaiko. The hot shoe is not a good mounting option.
I mean, he's so fast. These fast people look nothing.
I got it, he's fast.
Hello, it's Jan from Kabasaiko, and today we are looking at the Franken rig. I know, it's been a long time, but we had to move the Kabasaiko office to another location. That's why we couldn't make videos in that time. Today we are talking about this bad boy right here. That's right, it's our Frankenstein rig. This is the rig I've used in the last episode where I've made a review about the Shogun Inferno with the Sony a7S Mark II. Make sure to check it out. In this episode we will be showing you what components we've used on this rig. And for that we have to disassemble this rig at first. Magic keys! One of its main components is the Tilta cage that we've bought. That one right here. What we've put the Sony a7S Mark II into the Tilta cage like this. So it takes some time to rig this. First of all, you have to screw everything together like this. We just put the HDMI clamp up front for cable management purposes. Here we have a 50mm rod clamp right here. So this is the location where that has to be. Because with that we will be mounting the monitor. So next up we need the connection cables. This one is for the remote. For this one right here, launch the recording session with this green button over here. Next up we need the HDMI cable over here and plug it in. So the next thing you have to do is put the HDMI cable up front. So this is the base of the whole rig and the whole system. What we liked about the Tilta cage is that it has so many holes to mount things onto it. There are good cages out there that are also a little bit cheaper like this one. We are pretty happy with the Tilta cage for now. So for this setup we use a Xen 50mm lens, but the problem is this lens has a PL mount on the back, as you can see here. That's why we need to adapt the PL mount to the Sony E-mount. So we use the Fotodiox adapter to adapt PL to Sony E-mount, as you can see here. It's this bad boy right here. So this one is the cheapest one that we found, but we also have seen some, for example, from Woodencamera, which is also a good option, but not for this case, because we need one that has a screw right below that we can fixate it with the Tilta cage right here. But what we found out, if you use the camera by itself with the adapter right here, it's too wobbly and the camera thinks, somebody took away the lens and then it stops the recording, which is pretty annoying. I think what can be helpful is screwing the Tough E-mount into the Sony a7S Mark II. We're gonna leave a link in the description where you can find more information about that. Now we've put on the adapter right here. So when these joints are together, it's very, very tough and the recording won't stop, because there's no chance that this mount will wobble. So that's how it looks like when the lens is mounted onto the cage. And that's a very important step, because then we can go on, because we have to figure out the lengths and where to put the handles and everything. Also where to put the follow focus system. That's why we need the lens mounted right now. So the next component that is very important is the shoulder pad from Fotga. I think the 50mm rods are in the package, but I'm not sure.
They are in the package.
So we have to slide the 50mm rods back to the back a little bit more. We all know that the Sony a7S Mark II doesn't have a great battery life. That's a huge problem for shooting feature film or shooting outdoors. That's why we've bought the LAN part battery plate So this is the battery plate that we've needed, because we thought, how about a V-mount battery solution? This will give us much more power, and we can also power our follow focus system, which only can be powered with a D-tab. There are also nice battery plates out there that came out later that I wished that I've seen earlier. But this pack doesn't come with the battery adapter. You need a battery adapter. It's a dummy battery with a cable, so you can power it with an external battery solution. What we also did, we've shortened the cable with the cable binder to just have everything in place, because this cable is way too long for our setup. We don't also need those cables. To have a little counterweight, we will be mounting the plate like this. So to power the system, we need V-mount batteries. That's why we've bought these V-mount batteries with a charger. These are 2 Petona batteries that are not available in the US eventually. For our German viewers out there, Wiener Schnitzel Bratwurst, Wiener Schnitzel Bier, Amazon Store, Deutschland Bratwurst. Also, these batteries are cool because they have an indicator on the side, how much power you still have left. And what we also have are 2 D-tab ports. Many LED panels today can be powered via USB. That's why it's very helpful to have a USB port on the battery plate. So the most small parts that we've used are from Small Rig, because they have a huge variety of single components. For example, we've ordered a small 50mm rod. It's over here. And then also what we've ordered are those 90mm angles over here. And these 15mm rods are from the Fotga set of this shoulder pad. Next up, what we needed was also a EVF mount or a EVF holder. This is this component right here, small one. And you have to screw everything very tight together to get it working. So this component is for locking in the handles. And we've slightly slided it to the right because we want to balance it more in the center. And 2 components that we've ordered are those. So we've put those 2 bones together to extend this arm. So these handles are also very important for our setup. What we've also bought is a Airy rosette mount over here. It's just a small plate which you can put everywhere you like in a 1/4-inch screw. And that's what we've used to extend those 2. So this one is from a different EVF set that Small Rig offers, and it comes with a 90-degree angle and this part. And that's what we've used to screw those 2 together. So the next component that we've used is the PD Movie Remote Air follow focus system. This is the main unit of the PD Remote Air, and that's where all the cables get into. Over here we have the cables that we need and the motor. We use the smaller motor from the set, and over here we have the handpiece. So what we want to do is slide the camera slightly back that we have more room on the front. We mount the motor over here. So then we've put this component over here. So this small 15mm rod screw is perfect to hold the PD Movie remote receiver. It's up to you where to mount this, but I like it right here. Now we have to connect everything. Here's the cable of the handle. And the good thing is you have so many screws here that you can manage your cables very easily. So your Atomos Shogun needs power. That's why you need the D-tab power cord. Then also for powering the remote follow focus system, we need a D-tap port as well. But on this battery plate, we have enough D-tap ports. That's why this is not a problem at all. Then we need to connect the motor next. Take off the cap first, and then our Franken rig is completed. Now you can adjust it better for your use, and you can start shooting right now. It looks shitty as hell, but it doesn't matter. It has to be useful, and that's the most important thing for us. With that, we did a lot of corporate work, for example, and we love this rig. So for more detailed information about the components of this rig, check out the info box down below, and make sure to leave a comment if you have questions. This was Jan from kabasaiko. Peace out.